What? Why is everyone holding their hands up and making weird? What?
Even knows if you do JP. Do you do jazz hands or do you do jazz flute?
I do jazz flute.
Oh,
I am
well,
the jazz
there you
flute.
go.
Yeah, we're back. That was a weird intro.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sean, you look like you want to ask a question.
Yeah, what's that weird light that's in your room?
Yeah.
Is that the sun?
Is that?
I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. I've never seen it before.
Now, like you were doing something where you were leaning back and you turned and it was right on your face, and when you did that, it looked like
my God.
it looks like someone has tried to white your face out of a photo, like in a spy movie.
Yeah. It's like the glorious light of God
Yeah,
burning his face off.
that's why I'm in the darkness, Sean, because I hate your God.
Hate the light.
All right, what's going on, Steven?
All right, so let's see. What did we just do? We made it to town. We met a guard who Duncan went off with. Things were going very smoothly until he began telling the tale of his father Willie and how hard things were in his youth. And the poor guard, whose name was Issa, she was an elf, thought that he was being a little, a little cute or something like that. She got a little huffy, stormed off. Meanwhile, Fink, Lobelia, and Amsel made it to the Church of Muinor and sought sanctuary on its mantle, and were welcomed in by a priest named Warech, who welcomed them in, fed them, gave them births, and Lady Amsel, or rather Lobelia, confessed to Lady Amsel the theft of Lady Amsel's book, which is a book which discusses the exact artifact that Lady Amsel is searching for. In the morning, the party all met up in the town square. Lobelia and Duncan headed off to go sell Lobelia's her tapestry that she got from the tower. Duncan had the bright idea to add some beads to it, since beads seem to be very popular accoutrement in Jeoin.
I didn't say it like that, though. I just said they like weird shit on their tapestries here.
Exactly. And as the two were looking at beads, a group of guards accosted them. But let's hear what Amsel and Fink are up to. So what are you guys doing? What do you want to do today? You saw Lobelia and Duncan head off together.
I turn to Lady Amsel and say, Lady Amsel, in a town like this, where would I go to find out the magical properties of an ancient artifact like the blue cold gem that I picked up at the bottom of Dolan's pencil?
This is an excellent question, Mr. Fink, because I too was thinking that we should find a place that has magical scripts or items so that I could look at this orb that I have, and possibly we can inquire about the mountains, where the Beholder's Mountains, and where we're ended up going. So, I know that there is a place here called Amar's Marvelous Wands that happens to be the hot spot, if you will. I think that's what the youngins use these days for magical stuff in this town. I think we should go to Amar's, and maybe you'll find out something about your gem.
I much appreciate
So true.
Amar's magical wands. Oh man, it's also a bird store.
It's marvelous wands.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Oh.
Well,
They have
Amsel,
magical wands, but the store's marvelous wands.
Marvelous wands.
Well, Lady
You're
Amsel,
playing into Sean's love, aren't you?
Of wands?
No.
I'm such a wand fiend. So, Lady Amsel, I've been noticing your bravery and ability in combat and your ceaseless pursuit of knowledge.
Why, thank you.
Having been all around the land, I still have not seen and known as much as you, but you carry the spirit of Garand in your heart. Your old heart.
Yes, a matter of fact, I do. I have in fact been around, and I am quite familiar with this man that you serve, and I respect him quite highly, in fact.
Well, perhaps I can continue chattering with you about Garand as we head off to Amar's marvelous wands in search of the knowledge we've been seeking for so long.
I think we should
So,
go.
Lady Amsel, is there a specific item you're looking for at Amar's Marvelous Wands, or are you just looking for an identification?
I think that we're looking for an identification as well as, any possible legends or myths or tales that we can find out. Certainly a magical item shop will be the place about the Beholder's Eye Mountain and what we're possibly going into.
Let's see. I think your best bet at gaining useful information is carousing. But you could certainly invite Amar to come carousing with you in hopes of gaining his information.
Oh, well,
Let's
maybe
see here.
Let's meet Amar.
So you head into the door of Amar's magical or marvelous, magnificent, magnanimous, magubrious, Amar's Marvelous Wands, and there's a small tinkle as a bell dingles up above.
Some boys peeing out the window.
There's a tinkle and a dingle in the gleam of a young boy's eyes. A stream of urine flows out the door of Amar's.
Wow. Amar yells from back in the back, and he shouts, oh, dang. I closed my name generator. Name generator, go!
Forklift.
He yells, Benton, stop pissing out the front. The young boy pulls up his pants. He says, sorry, Pop. And he runs back into the back of the shop. Amar comes running out. He says, damn it, son, customers. What can I do for you?
Oh, Amar, hello. My name is Lady Amsel, and traveling with me is my friend Fink. And we have a couple of inquiries for you, possibly some magical item identification as well as perhaps some consultation regarding some of the legend and lore around the Beholder's Eye Mountains.
All right, spit it out. What do you need?
Well, Fink, would you like to ask him about your gem first?
Amar, I have come across this unusual gem that has shown some interesting behavior in the past, and I'm wondering if you can tell me anything about it. And I reach out and hold the blue gem in my hand, but I only let him look at it. I'm not handing it to him yet.
Okay. He pulls out like a magnifying sort of lens piece for his eye and holds it up and begins looking at the gem. He says, it's very finely crafted. There's no flaws in it whatsoever. Clearly a very valuable piece of crystal. Simply examining it visually will not give me the information I need in order to ascertain its magical properties. But if you leave it in my care for about 3 days and deposit a fee of 100 coin, well, I'll be able to identify it for you and tell you if there's anything interesting.
Now, what is it that's going to happen in these 3 days?
Why, I'll cast a couple powerful secret arcane spells. I'll have to concoct and render down the powder of a lotus flower and expend an amount of diamond dust, which, of course, the coin cost covers the purchasing cost of these arcane ingredients. I'll speak a few sharp words, and the magical spheres will sing to me as I open my mind and consider this gem.
Amar does speak the truth. This is a very difficult procedure.
So, I'm going to tell Amar, give me one moment to speak to Lady Amsel. And Lady Amsel, I'm going to step to the corner of the shop with you and say, does this truly sound reasonable? 3 days for something that seemed to cause us so much trouble in someone else's hands makes me a little uncomfortable.
Well, it certainly is jarring to think about something like that in the hands of another, but I will tell you that finding out the arcane properties of magical items can be a very difficult thing to do. Now, I have an idea because Amar seems like an intelligent and somewhat competent wizard, but let's test the waters just a tad and see if perhaps he can identify my orb, because we know that this is a magical item, but he might be able to actually tell us where it came from. Something that wouldn't take as long. We can get a gauge on how good his talents actually are.
I think that's very wise, Lady Amsel. I don't want to hand away our precious objects to someone who we can't trust.
Amar,
Yes.
because we might be traveling soon, we're going to have to hold off on the identification of my man Fink's gem. However, I have something else that I wish to ask you. If you have ever seen, maybe through many of your mini scrolls or parchments, have heard the tale of this particular orb. As I pull it from my bag, I present the orb of fire and smoke. Now, I know that this contains much magical properties, but I'm trying to find the source, the origin, and possibly the purpose for this.
He holds up this examining crystal to his eyes again, looks at the orb, and he ponders to himself for a second. He says, this looks, it's a historied item for sure. The only orb that fits this description that I'm heard of came about in the year 572 or thereabouts, when the famous wizard Oraug created a series of orbs that he brought with him for some unknown reason. It's said that he lost all of them at various locations in the Beholder's Eye Mountains.
Now, let me ask you one additional question. Have you ever seen the eye of a Catharist? It happens to be a mythical creature, a worm.
The eye of Catharist? He sort of
Yes.
goes a little bit quiet and he says, Catharist hasn't been seen here in 40 years. But I remember when he was around. Those were dark times. Dark times indeed. Look, lady, my father was killed by a Catharist. I don't know anything else about him. You need anything?
Oh, do we need anything else, Mr. Fink? Yes, yeah.
Wait,
how
It was the
I'm
heart we needed, not the eye, just an FYI.
I meant to say the heart. This old, feeble brain. I meant to say the
Wait.
heart, of course.
Wait,
He sort of-
Amar,
he sort of-
you know about I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
He wrinkles his brow
good.
and he says, the heart, the eye, I don't know. Any body part of this creature is probably buried wherever it is. Or hopefully buried.
What else do you know about Catharist?
He says, I'll tell you what. Why don't you meet me at the Cat's Paw this evening? We'll have ourselves a grand old time. I'll tell you a couple tales. How's that sound to you?
I
We'll
would
see you in
love
the
that.
evening.
All right. The Cat's Paw. Which is a tavern, you know, of the Cat's Paw.
It's just literally a disembodied paw on a road, and we're gonna go sit by it.
Well, on the sign out in front, there is a cat's paw, and then they've also like dangled a couple severed cat's paws from the sign. Seems like maybe they don't have too kindly of an impression of cats at the cat's paw. All right, so you guys didn't want to buy anything from Amar?
I mean, I don't think I have any gold.
I think
You
everyone
have-
started with 10 coin. I don't know if you spent it on anything.
I didn't know we started with 10 coin.
I didn't know that.
Oh, well, I don't know. My character started with 10 coin.
I
My
think
character
thieves start with
creation.
10 coin
Oh, yeah.
for an undisclosed reason.
poisons probably because I have to buy crap for it.
Because you steal it so much. You just have some stealing detritus
I
on
don't
you.
steal. I just convince
Sean
people
is-
to give me things.
Sean is right there with me. He's on point.
Boom.
All right. So let's head back and see what's going on with Duncan and Lobelia. So, Duncan, Lobelia, you've got these three burly guardsmen grabbing you by the shoulders and saying, "Let's go. It's time to take you to the dungeons. We're going to try you for running scams on Joan."
What proof do you have that we've done anything of that sort?
Hold on. Who are you again? Look at Lobelia and say that.
I give him a look like, shut up.
The
And
guards say,
I hit it. I nudge him.
the
She
head
just
guard
hit me.
says,
Arrest her.
"My name is Verret, and I'm here to ensure that
Wait,
you're
hold
taken to
on.
justice."
Your name's
I
Ferret?
don't care what your name is. I want to know what you have against us. What did we do?
You have both been. We have all been given your descriptions by John. He says
But
that
what
the
did
two
we
of
do?
you have been trying to swindle him out of his hard-earned coin by selling him some
Swindle?
kind of a book.
He was looking for the book, and we were just simply trying to offer him it in exchange for something. What is that? That's not a scam. That is, I'm giving you a product, and you are giving me something in return for it. There's no scam involved in that. Come on, Duncan, stop being a little. And I smack him. You're the one with the charisma. Come on, guy. Out of context, you're the one.
The
supposed
two
to
guards
do
to the
this.
side of Verret look at him and they say, "Verret, that does sound like an interesting point. Maybe they're not trying to swindle Joan. Joan
I
doesn't
don't
have
even
the
have the book
strongest head
anymore
on his
anyway.
shoulders."
I gave it to my friend, and I don't want Joan's money. And
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
done
hold
with
on.
this Anyway.
Guard, I think there's an old woman that has the book now.
But it doesn't matter. If Joan doesn't want it and he thinks we're scamming him with it.
Actually, I wouldn't know that. I have to take that. No,
Yeah,
she
you
did.
wouldn't
No,
know.
she did tell me that.
No, I told you.
Yeah,
I told
so
you.
I still do
oh,
say that.
Shit.
Yeah, okay. Guys, it sounds like you're trying to get out of this using charm and social grace.
Yeah.
Come on, Duncan.
Oh,
So, which one of you?
Social
which one of you wants to
backstab.
I
have
do
the
not
fun?
have that.
I'll roll for that, and she can aid me.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll aid him.
Lobelia, would you roll your aid? 2d6 plus your bond. Oh. Okay, and Duncan, would you roll your charm and social grace roll? 2d6 plus your charisma.
By the way, I have almost as much charisma as Duncan for future reference.
11. Nailed it.
Awesome. All right, so as you stroll with the guards, Duncan, you put your honeyed tongue to work. And by the time you reach the guard station, they say, well, Duncan, you seem like a good man, and it's very clear that this woman is seducing you into a life of crime and
I kind
forgery.
of put my arm around. I'm just like, the worst. She's the worst.
And they say, all right, we're going to take her into custody and post a bail of 10 coin. Unless, of course, Duncan, you'd like to pay that charge for her now.
I look at the man and I'm like, I say, what does your family do for fun on nights?
And he says, well, I'm not a family man, but I like to go out on the town and have a drink or two, maybe see what the local tavern wenches are up to, if you know what I'm saying, and I think you do. And he sort of like nudges you in the elbow. With his elbow.
I look back and I say, well, how about and we forget the coin, and Lobelia and I join you tonight at the bar. I'll sing you a song and tell stories through the songs, and Lobelia here can dance for you.
He sort of looks down at Lobelia. He says, I'm
Come
not
on, do
into
it,
the
Jig,
short
Lobelia.
ones, but I'll take you up on your offer, friend. I'll let her go, and I'll meet you at, say, the Cat's Paw this evening,
Sure, we'll meet you there.
just after sunset.
You sound confused. Is that when you would like to meet?
Yes, absolutely. That's when my shift is over.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a deal.
Lobelia, does
And
that work for you?
He clasps wrists with you.
Okay. I
I
clasp
don't
wrists
respond,
with
but
him.
I'm just like, whatever.
All right, awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to do today? Do you want to get any supplies or anything? How's everybody's rations?
I'm at
I
3.
need
Oh.
four
I think we're all at
rations.
3.
I'm at
Yeah,
3.
I'm at 3.
Okay. Anybody
I'm at
want to pick up
3.
any extras?
I have 3
I'd like to
coins,
pick
so
up
probably not.
That, still need my poison. Still need to sell my freaking tapestry. Still need to add beads to it.
Yes. So you're
Because
able to go
apparently that's
back.
important.
You can buy some beads for 1 coin. We'll get you enough beads to fringe both ends of the tapestry.
Okay.
All right.
And you can basically darn it up pretty quickly in the evening. And so you're gonna try and go sell it at like the tailors that you were trying to head towards earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get in, and why don't I let Duncan try to like roll plus charisma and see if he can get you a better price on this.
Nope.
All right. The tailor takes a look over it. His name is Sakot. He looks at it. Sean.
Sack coat, man.
Sakot. He looks at it and he says, "Ah, this is a very fine tapestry. It looks like it's been damaged almost. It's really a shame. It would have been worth probably almost 75 coins if someone had not, painfully attached these beads to both ends. But
I look at Duncan and I'm just like, put my arm on my side and I look at him like, really? Really?
as it
I
stands,
just pat her on her head and be like, quiet, little one.
as it stands, says Sakot, I will give you 50 coin for this tapestry. It looks like a fine piece that will bring me a fine price. What do you say?
Duncan? Do you think that's a fair price?
Say, well, you ruined it with those beads, so yeah, I guess so.
I like elbow him again and then I exchange the tapestry.
Awesome. So yeah, you exchange the tapestry.
Nonsense.
You get yourself
Bastardry.
50 coin. So
That's the end of that arc. JP, you monster! Oh my god!
I walk away just cackling like
He's
that
like
and
the
be like,
worst
I can't
charisma
believe.
character ever. Like, what? Come on, dude.
I'm just like, I can't believe you tried to put beads on that tapestry. That was the dumbest thing.
Convince me to.
I'm just laughing hysterically.
absolutely. So Fink, are you trying to Tinder this this gem that you got?
What does to Tinder mean?
Exchange it for cash.
Oh no! Wait, that's what Tinder means?
I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up.
Tender?
Oh, are you saying
Tinder.
Tinder?
Tender?
Because I heard Tinder is in like Tinder for a fire. Like, are you trying to light this gem on fire? I was like, is that? Do I roll for that? I don't know how to play it properly.
No, I'm
sorry.
like totally making up a word here.
Tender.
Well, I mean, the important thing though is goodness no. What I'm actually looking to do is to prepare for the
shit.
journey.
Wait a minute here. Look at this. It's like the 4th definition. Tender, verb, to give, present, or offer, to offer money or goods in settlement of a debt or claim, to
Tender?
make a formal offer or estimate for something. Ho-ho! I'm not making
Oh.
up words.
Wow.
No, yeah. Oh, I just misheard you. I thought you said Tinder as in Tinder of fire, not like tender.
Fire. Yes, tender.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Fine.
want
He
tender.
sets the orb on fire.
Yeah, I genuinely thought I wasn't understanding like an important D&D mechanic where it's like, you just burn
Yeah,
I
possessions
was like,
you don't
Sean,
get.
do you want to
Of
fucking
course.
Tinder this thing? Like, what do you
That's
do?
what you do in D&D, Sean. Jeez.
So what I'm doing is I've decided to keep it. We're gonna meet. In my head, I realize we're gonna meet Amar later tonight, and perhaps we can build a friendship, a bond. I do have high charisma. Perhaps I could get him to pay me a favor and even get some knowledge out of him about Cathrist. But right now, there's two very important things I need. A little bit
Yes.
of money, and I have a feeling that given that she was going to sell that tapestry, Lobelia would be willing to lend me a small sum to get some extra rations. And I need to feed Nose